This guy, man, he was totally wrong, by the way. I think he was totally wrong. Tell me how you feel, though, because I know a lot of men must feel a certain kind of way about this.
We could never ever be ready to give up or get stuck in our first gear, cause the things were frightening you, we touch with no fear. You are wait for tomorrow until up to next year. We no waste time, we are moving with no fear. Bad mind, no fear. Babylon, no fear. Success, no fear. Cut checks, no fear. Up death, no fear. Rejection, no fear. Tell the bus driver we are right without fear.
Like, see you have sex with a girl, right?
Right.
The guy will be like, yo, I hit that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They don't really go into
the details or like, you know,
what I mean?
or what led to it, you know, kind of
Right.
thing, right? Yeah.
And funny enough, like I was talking to my one brethren the other day, and this guy, man, he was totally wrong, by the way. I think he was totally wrong. Tell me how you feel, though, because I know a lot of men must feel a certain kind of way about this.
Right.
So let's say two positions, doggy, missionary, right? So whatever one you're getting into at the moment, you're working, you're doing your thing.
Right.
The girl proceeds to like finger her clit while
Right.
stroke her,
Right.
How do you feel about that? Like, how does that make you feel being a man? You know what I mean?
Really? Oh, honestly,
You like that or what?
like for me, when it comes to like a woman pleasing herself,
Yeah.
that's a huge turn on. So already, if that's in between, like
Yeah.
segments, I guess, yeah. I mean, like, there's no
Yeah.
problem with it. With
Right,
me.
right.
I mean, like, on a physical standpoint, though, like I've had it where it's like she'd be playing with herself,
Right.
but her finger would get in the way, where it's like as they're going in and out, like it's hitting the shaft, right? Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I mean, like,
okay.
when it comes to like just the idea of it,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a huge turn on, and
No doubt.
I can see from your buddy's point of view where it's like, I mean, she's got to stimulate herself because
Right.
I'm not doing something correctly or not.
That's the mentality, right? That's the mentality you assume that most guys have. Like, maybe I'm not doing enough. Why is she doing that?
Right, yeah.
But clearly, that's not it. I don't think that's it.
No, and honestly, man, it's even like this. Put it this way:
Right.
is that like, let's just say your girl finishes you off with head, or not like not the traditional penetration intercourse kind of thing.
Right.
That's the same concept as her touching herself, because when she's not with the man,
right,
that's probably how she
for sure, and she knows what she likes. She knows
exactly,
what she
right?
feels,
So I think. Yeah, and it's a good balance, honestly. Like
100%.
We were talking about this too when we were talking in that next in the studio.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
Is that like whether it be a one night stand, whether it be like just a hookup, plain hookup?
Yeah.
I think like the best kind of sex is always going to be relationship sex, because there's always that trust in what each party knows, what they want, right? How to please one another. So it's like.
It should be. I kind of disagree.
Yeah.
It should be relationship.
It should be, right?
But I feel like a lot of people are set in their ways, especially when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's like there's certain things that say the girl may want to do that the guy's not down for, or certain things that the guy's down for, or whatever.
Right.
And I feel like with one night stands, it's like you kind of
anything goes
kind of thing, right? Like,
right.
Whereas at home it might not work the same. Or maybe that's more with cheating. Maybe that's more with cheating.
Cheating in a sense where it's kind of like, it's because there's kind of that, not only is it just, that's what's taboo about it, is because like you can kind of, your deepest, darkest sex fantasies can be unraveled with this person versus the one that you kind of play house with.
Got you.
But for me,
agree too. I
mean, just to stay more on point, is that like honestly, like when somebody's how they please themselves. I think that to understand that whether it be as a man or a woman, how your partner pleases themselves. I think that's what makes the sex better, right? It's all about reading the body. There's a study where it's like more intelligent women. They can read your body language, so therefore the sex is gonna be better, because it's not just physical. It's more intellectual. It's more psychological. There's the emotion involved too.
No, for sure.
And that's why I always say that relationships, sex is always better, because there's that emotion that leads, that is like infused with it, and it's like it just kind of goes back and forth, and it's.
I hear you.
No,
that's passion. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, man, this guy told me, he's like, he's hitting it.
Yeah.
And she went to, finger her clit.
Right.
And he slapped her hand away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he slapped her hand away. And then, you know what he did after that? He started going harder.
Oh, okay.
Thinking he wasn't.
Yeah.
But it's like we all know. Well, we don't all know, but we've said this many times on the show that. Like, 75% of women cannot from penetration alone, right? Clit stimulation needs to happen. That's why like a combination of like a vibrator and while they're penetrating is good because like they get that, the clit still gets stimulated and the feeling is still good, right?
I think it's.
And that's not being educated on his part.
Yeah, and it's more like being a performer too, because like you say like. In his mind, his perception was to go harder. It's like that's strictly whether it be like the porn fantasy or the industry.
That's true.
Corrupting our brains, saying that like that's how you're supposed to please a woman.
Not the case.
When to be honest, it could be as simple as just like looking her in the eyes or kissing her on the neck or maybe just going a little slower.
It sounds simple, but it's so true. Man.
Or even as simply as just taking it out. And then caressing her down there, and then wanting her to want you back in. Kind of, you want what you can't have, and so there's that kind of
right.
See, that's too.
We should open a sex what you call it, a workshop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I'll be up for that shit.
Because a lot of these dudes don't know, man. We get some girls in there to agree, disagree, whatever. Give them
and it's all about open concept, open for suggestion, because I think everybody is different. But just to be able to talk about it is essential.
Absolutely, man. Yo, this is a good room right here. We can work that out.
Yeah, definitely,
Get like a little, get like, say, 10 people even, right?
And
just have like a little sex workshop. Everyone kind of gives their input and we all learn, man. You can only learn, Because there's a lot of lessons to be learned out there, Yeah, that's fucked up. So let me ask you this, man. Like, what's more important? How important is it for you, for the lady to have a good, not saying have a good time, but for the lady to, enjoy the sex,
she comes first.
Yeah?
Yeah, always. And outside
Were you always like that?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't always like that.
Outside of the bedroom, she always comes first too.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
But maybe that's just the hopeless romantic of who I am, right? But it's like, and maybe, okay, let me dissect it. So the way I see it is that when I was with my first girlfriend, right? It was always this kind of like thought process of like, she had to compete with me in a sense. She couldn't please me as much as I could please myself.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
But it didn't mean that she couldn't please. Like it didn't mean that I didn't enjoy
sexually,
right?
Okay, gotcha.
So when we did our thing, it was always about us, but it was always about her. Like first, like,
okay.
You made it in a sense where like I'm good, like I can handle my shit, right?
Gotcha.
I'm good, like no matter what, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna have a good time, right?
For sure.
And so when we talk about like whether it be a mutual relationship or like letting the woman have a good time, or should that be in the forefront? It should be because
I think so too.
It's as men, I think we just have to know their value, their worth, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just like it's not just like you just call her up,
right.
Do your thing and just get the fuck out of there.
I hear you.
Like you can't mistreat women like that, sexually or emotionally.
When I was younger, I was more like that. I was more like about myself. But as I got older,
how do you think you learned about that?
To just be about yourself, because it was just, it wasn't. To be honest with you, it was about myself, but it was also about numbers for some weird reason.
To conquer like more flags.
It was just a thing, like a state that it wasn't just me, like it was myself and my friends. It was like, like we had this thing called a race when we were young.
Oh, really?
Where it's like, the first one to lose their virginity. Cookies and cup. It was like the first one to lose their virginity. Who would it be? Like the first one to get ahead, the first one to do this, the first one to do that. It was like always, so it was always really a thing between friends. So then when in a situation like that, when it's a competition between friends, it's like her pleasure is out the window. Like, you care about yourself.
That's true.
Listen, I got such and such. And it was like about that. But then as I got older, I realized like, man, this is not the way. I'm looking at it like I'm having sex with these girls, but they're not even enjoying it. I'm looking, they can't be enjoying it because it's either it's ended it too quick or what I'm doing isn't enough. Like because I'm reading everything now, and it's I'm learning that what I was doing wasn't sufficient. There's no way it could have been. Even though they never said it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I was gonna get at, is that even when depends on like what stage she's at in her womanhood. Is like when you ask, if you were to ask her openly, if there was that even trust to ask, for her to give you an honest,
right. No, for sure.
And an honest answer to say like, that was great. Like I really enjoyed myself, or she might just, you know, bite the bullet and just move on and just And she never really enjoyed it. So it's kind of like, how do you kind of bridge that gap where there's, as much as there's trust to get naked and have sex, there's got to be trust to talk about how, you know, what could have been better or
absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I want with someone, man. Anyone I get with, like, I want to be able to have that conversation. Tell me this, man. What are your methods? Like, try and get down to specifics as far as see you with someone. Either you've been with them for a while, or I guess something like this would happen mainly in the fresh stages. Someone that's uncomfy with them, because women, they say, are always in their head. They're worried about their body, they're worried about their nipple. Does my pussy smell? Shit like that, right? So how do you, because you know the sex will only be good, especially for her, if she's out of her head and she's just letting herself go, letting you do what you gotta do. So how do you get them there? How do you get them to get out of their head and just let it happen?
You're talking about now or before?
Now. Like, how do you let them get them to feel comfy about their bodies? Hey, listen, don't worry about your body. Listen, don't think about nothing. Just think about having a good time. You know what I mean?
I'll use the most recent experience where it's like, so I went over to her place. She had a piano.
Nice.
I started,
she had a piano. And you played, obviously.
I started playing. And then she.
Oh, nice.
It was kind of like playing piano.
That's a movie shit.
was foreplay. And it was weird because she looked at me and she kind of said, you know, she kind of really liked me. Now you can tell like there's that comfort and it kind of just, you know.
Amazing.
At the end of the day though, I think like there's, and it's the harsh truth is that there's nothing you can really say if the woman feels insecure about her body. There's nothing you really can say. But what you can do is at least understand and accept her flaws, and maybe it could help to share a bit of maybe your flaws or just to kind of
so you're saying
level with her.
If she has like say stretch marks on her, whatever.
Right.
So if you compliment,
my stretch marks. My dick goes to the left or whatnot, kind of thing. You know, like so, you know, just to kind of like you know, lighten the mood, right?
Okay. I see what you're saying. Interesting. Yeah, I've always, that's my main thing, to get them to feel super. First of all, they may be insecure about something that you have no idea about. You know what I mean? So you can't, it's kind of hard to like tackle that specific thing if you don't even know what it is.
That's true,
So it's always my mission to like, you want to hear something wild? I think all women, I'm not even saying this to try and get girls, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't play that game, but like, I think all women are goddesses, bro. You know what? But at the same time, I think they've lost that. I think, you know what I mean? You know how they say...
Oh, you're talking about like they all try to look the same? Like,
no. I feel like they don't believe that. I don't think they believe they have such that level of power. You know what I mean? I think they're so worried about everything else that they forget how powerful they really are. So what, like my whole mission is, like when I get with someone, is to like kind of do whatever I gotta do to have them feel like that again. You know what I mean? And then it's like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then the sex is just, if it's the sex that gets it there or whatever it is, I do what I gotta do. But once they get there, it's like you're unforgettable, man. They're gonna remember, no matter who they get with from that point on, you'll always be remembered. And then that's mission accomplished for me, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once I get like I said, man, we gotta have these conversations to like find out why women. Where they went, where they lost this, and that's not all of them, obviously. Some of them, you know what I mean, either they're faking it or not. But
like my take on it is that it's shitty guys that fuck that up. It's their surroundings that kind of, you know, encapsulate
shitty guys. You know what's crazy? Let me cut you off before I forget this point. I love that you said that. I know a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. I know a few girls. And they've told me stories how, when I'd have sex with my ex, he'd say this or he'd say that. And forever now, anyone they get with, they're insecure about that such thing because this asshole was saying this type of shit, you know? So now the next guy,
has to kind of make amends.
Has to mend that. Has to weld that back together before he can bring out her best. Like
exactly.
And it's fucked up how many shitty dudes are out there. That do it, and they have no idea.
Right.
They have no idea that they had this impact. Or that's what they're doing when they say that with certain things.
That's true.
Or your left nipple looks fucked up.
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with your left nipple?
Exactly.
And now every time she's worried about her fucking nipple, could be perfect, you know what I mean?
That's
but
true.
this guy's mad in the moment or something and says some wild shit. And like, that's fucked. Yeah, we're gonna get women back on that God stand.
You know what it is too? I think if you can make a woman feel like a queen without sex, like without like the physical aspect,
right.
Like you can still be physically, like you can still show physical attraction or interest in a woman without sex.
Absolutely.
So like, and I think that's what it is that like, I think like once you break down what it is to kind of find oneself, or like say a woman to kind of come into her own, I think you give it the time, the environment to kind of grow. Like I hate using this analogy of like the flowers and all of that stuff, but it's like, how do you let a flower blossom and grow to be as beautiful as it can? Just don't fuck up the soil. They're like, just take a step back and just hands up, but you don't even water it. What you do is you make it rain. You know what I'm trying to get? It's like you're not directly, interfering with her process. Right? Because like there are a few women that I know that they mean the world to me.
Gotcha.
Like they're so important to me in my life. I value them. But I would never interfere with what they're trying to do, what they're trying to pursue. Because I see that what they're trying to do is like they're building their prisons. They're getting to where their potential. I don't want to fuck that up.
No,
I don't want to interfere with that. But
and you're saying like even like having sex with a mate.
Like, yes and no. I think it's like it's a matter of I just don't want to.
You want to.
Like I want them to
promote that growth instead of
but I mean, like obviously, if like it ever got to a point where we were dating, and I mean, like obviously, the sex would be
got you.
I'm definitely into that.
And you don't want to slow that down.
And it's more of like
that's what's
meet me halfway kind of thing, right?
Gotcha.
And like all the vibes will always kind of pertain to like she's doing her own thing, and likewise I'm doing my own thing. So
of course.
I think that's like a healthy. It's a healthy relationship. And then I guess it's just about the category too. It's like some women, you kind of either you take a step back from because you don't want to interfere, but then there's women that you are in their lives to make amends or to kind of influence and to inspire them to kind of do better, and vice versa. And then there's some women that you just say fuck it, like that's not for me, right? So I mean, you gotta you gotta know yourself as a man to then choose the woman that you spend time with and just surround yourself with. Really,
absolutely. Right? So going back to that piano,
right?
So that you said that was like kind of like foreplay, so that kind of set the mood. You're saying?
Yeah, that's because I mean she played piano. She used to play piano as a kid.
Oh, okay.
And then like just the way she said like the way I play piano, like she really could. It's kind of like you can always tell, like say a certain person their artistry and say their mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they even like the way you sit, the way you kind of present yourself. Right. So it kind of like. I mean, it embodied confidence, but therefore it gave her confidence to kind of let loose and feel a little vulnerable.
Of course. Nice.
But I think like if we're gonna talk about what makes a woman comfortable when it comes to sex or what leads to sex, honestly is don't sleep with her that early. Like let it build. Let that build a couple of months. Let it build like for as long as. Hold
on. You're saying if you sleep with her too early, that could affect the long term.
I think if we're talking about like a woman's confidence and self-esteem, because I think a lot of women will use sex as in to have sex to say please the man. That's what she you just don't reveal your cards too early, right? So kind of after the sex, it's like what else am I? To him, or what else do I see myself as? And I think that's very important for a woman. Is that she's got to be more than just her Instagram feed, or she's got to be more than just her job or her selfies and shit like that. and it's tough because like that applies for men as well. That applies for everybody in this world.
Right.
Is that when it's stripped down to the bare bone, like who the fuck are you? And I think if you can make love in that way, which is so abstract, but if you can make love in that sort of just down to the bone, down to the DNA, if you know what that is, then I mean, you got something there.
Sounds special, man.
That's kind of like frequency and energy kind of like doing its thing, right?
So we gotta stop having sex so early.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. It's like
it's gotta be more than
you gotta get excited. If you're excited about something other than sex with that woman, that's when you know you got a real connection.
Oh,
that's
got you.
Right?
No, for sure. If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
What if all you want is sex? What if all both of you want is sex? Can you have that mind-blowing sex if without like, you know what I mean, long term?
Yes and no, but I think it's kind of like it's like saying I have a diet of fast food, yet I want to be a bodybuilder, or I want to get cut 8% body fat.
Right.
You can't achieve that sort of goal if that is your goal in the end goal. In the end run, you can't do that on that sort of lifestyle or diet. So it's like meaningless sex, even if the sex is good. I think it's like when you get a real thing going on. How the fuck do you make that switch? How can you make that switch?
I got you.
You can't cold turkey that shit, right?
No, you're right.
But that's why I was talking about categories. Is that like I mean, just at times maybe a little bit of balance. I mean, but for me, it's like, you know, I'm not sleeping with you if I don't like you, if I don't love you. You know, like.
Shit.
Yeah. So
you gotta have something before.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It can't just be.
Like
lust.
Let me put my dick in. No, that's not that.
That's
like honestly, like for me, it's like the way I see it is. I mean, worst case scenario, if I'm that. If I'm that horny. That's where I come into play.
You know what? I'm still totally opposite. I get what you're saying, but I can honestly just want to fuck someone, and still give it my all as if that's my world. You're my world for this sex session. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I can see like, yo, we may not be able to work, but for right now, we can give it our best. We can, you know what I mean?
Like. Yes and no. Like the way I can see it is, from your point of view, is that like, I mean, like you get the adrenaline going. You know, it's very lustful. It's insatiable. I get it. But it's kind of like if you were to do it then again with the next woman, it's almost like it's kind of like I get it. Every day we gotta eat, we gotta do whatever. But it's kind of like.
Or you're saying it'll get to a point where that's not sustainable, almost.
Sustainable, or just it detracts from it. I feel. You know, it's like you can't drive a new car 100 times and expect it to kind of like, you know, car smell and that,
there's a new
traction on the wheels.
It's a new girl every time, though, right? So it's a new car.
Okay, put it this way: is that like I'm not opposed to like you know, having like flings with different women. Like I'm not opposed to like having 20 women in a lifetime. I'm just saying 20 quality women in a lifetime.
Right.
So it's like
I get you.
Right. And so it's kind of like if this girl is the same girl as the next girl, then there's obviously something that. Well, maybe I'm not looking for anything more. But it's kind of like variety and. Just a repetition kind of seems a bit mundane. It takes away from it, I think.
It's weird because there's so many guys out there that they have 3-4 girlfriends. You know what I mean? Like they need to be fucking
stimulated in that way,
all the time, all day, every day. Like, which is cool. Like definitely, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But it's like, it's almost. I guess there's sex addicts too, right? When you're sex addicted and shit like that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean. I think like when it comes to sex addiction, is it ruining your, the life outside of like are you going out of your way to constantly have sex? So you miss your job interview just because you got exactly right, and I think that's when it kind of becomes obviously a problem. But I think even then it's like if that's conditioned. Like the only way you become a sex addict is because you went down that path.
Of course.
The only that you become obese because you had that fast food diet from day one, right?
No, for sure. For sure.
And it's maybe the solution or the advice would be just to do it in moderation.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's how I was doing. That's with everything, right?
But and it goes with relationships too. It's like you can't fucking go from one thing to the next.
Right.
Like you gotta take some time to kind of.
Oh yeah, no,
right? So it's the same thing with like, the whole sex part too.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But yeah, I mean, that's what society is, though, right? Like it's a mix of everybody, and there's no right or wrong.
No, of course not.
Right. So it's just a matter of like knowing where you fit in and
right.
getting most.
So is there any? Okay, so let me go back to this. We always talk about having a conversation, like everyone's gonna, have the conversation. What do you like? What do I like? Say you're doing something with a girl, she kind of guides you, to the left, to the right.
Right.
Do you think that conversation doesn't happen as often because it ruins the mood? Maybe.
I think like being able to communicate in bed only comes with time. Like say, after the third time. So that's the first time. The first time is more like, like you hear comedians joke around with this shit too. It's like after you nut, after she comes, whatever, she's on her phone and zip up, and that's get the fuck out of there, right?
And I'm hearing that.
Try not to be an asshole to say, kind of want to watch the game or kind of thing. Like, what I'm trying to get is like, there's always that. Just as much as like it's like the one night stand is like there's that ultimate high. That we so seek. That drop afterwards is
for sure.
And it kind of fucking cancels it. It evens itself out. Whereas like in relationship sex, there's always like in a good relationship, there's always like pillow talk afterwards, prior, during, and it's always like the intimacy never kind of it never subsides.
I hear a lot of women too love like say cuddling after after you have sex and shit like that, talking whatever like you said the pillow talk whatever it is like, and a lot of dudes just
they don't like it.
Too macho, too much ego.
You know what it is like. I'll use myself as an example. Like after I was dating this girl. After my process of after the breakup, a couple months, lying in bed is a cold. It's because like you're so used to like that bodily heat, that bodily comfort, right? And so I think like.
So for both people that can help. But
I mean like if we're talking about a man's ego, like not being soft or not wanting to cuddle, it's kind of like maybe it's his insecurities, it's his unwanting to get too close because either he's been hurt before or honestly maybe it might just boil down to just not being as close to his mother. We always talk about women with daddy issues and shit like that. So what's up with dudes with
same thing with that
mother, mom issues? Like I don't know. I'm just saying it's it stems from something because.
So let me slow it down for a second. So they say women with daddy issues. A few things, points. They tend to find an older man to kind of fill that void. And then you're right. So I guess.
I mean. I'm not saying it's like cutting like
no, for sure.
Right? Just I think like there's that's definitely a variable. Definitely has some sort of influence.
Of course.
But as
a lot of psychology with it, man, to go with it.
And I think cuddling after sex is a psychological aspect too. Because it's like my dick is not in you anymore, so how else can I please you? Right. So like the man thinks, what is he worth? Versus, it's almost like role reversal, whereas like the woman puts out, spreads her legs because this is what your pussy's power. And after when the sex is done, it's like she's on his shoulder, he's got his hand around her. Now it's his turn to perform. What does he got to show for? You know what I'm trying to get at? It's like
because going back to what we said earlier, like women are more emotional lovers than men, right? Men are more physical with the dick, women are more with the brain, right? Damn, that's what's up.